Hello friends, welcome back to Marquee Soaps. Today we are making a sea salt bar. We are using, I keep saying sea salt, but it's Himalayan pink salt. But this is a 100% coconut oil soap with a 20% super fat. So that means 20% of the coconut oil that is put into the soap will stay as coconut oil and won't saponify into soap. So it'll be very moisturizing, especially when added in with the Himalayan pink salt. Let's go ahead and get this a quick buzz with our stick blender, and then we're going to get it split off into two separate colors. So it really only takes a couple seconds with the stick blender to get it to a nice emulsion. And we don't want to overblend this right now. The fragrance oil that I am using is my own concoction of 3 different oils. We have Island Nectar from Wholesale Supplies Plus, Island Escape from Brambleberry, and Island Coconut from Brambleberry. Careful. And the colorant we're using is Siren Song by Nurture Soap. I have that dispersed in some of my my batch coconut oil. We're going to add that to the big container. So that's looking good. And now we're going to add in our sea salt. It's not sea salt or Himalayan salt. Just going to add it into one container at a time. And it's turning a light peachy color from the salt. So I'm going to give this a couple of quick bursts with my stick blender, and then we'll move on to the blue portion. So we want to make sure that the salt is staying, it's not going to the bottom of the batter and just sitting there. We want it to incorporate into all of the soap. So if we pick up just the top part, the top layer of soap here, and look at it, we want to see the salt, and I'm not really seeing it right now. So we're going to keep on mixing. I'm actually gonna go get a paper towel to clean up my workstation while this kind of sits for a minute. I was using this earlier, making some indents, so this works even better because it's reusable. Okay, let's come in with the stick blender here. Okay, so it's probably going to be it for the stick blender. I have a feeling that my fragrant oil concoction that I have here is going to speed things up. So we just have to prepare for that. Right now it's very runny still. This uncolored portion is still looking great. So here, in case this goes really fast on me, I'm gonna get my mold set up. That way I can just quickly pour everything in. If needed. Okay. So I can see some of the salt is now at the top. There is a good amount, so it's staying where it's supposed to. It's not all sinking to the bottom. So I've learned with salt bars, you just have to be patient. Here is my fragrance oil concoction mix. And it smells really nice. That Island Nectar is a very fresh, sweet scent. And the Island Escape has also a bunch of sweet and kind of, not floral, but it's a little flory. And then the Island Coconut is coconut. And that is, there's very little of the coconut in there, but coconut is a very strong scent, so it doesn't need too much. Oh, and it's behaving very nicely right now. I think one of them said that it had some mild acceleration, but it was the Brambleberry one. And unfortunately their labels sometimes wear off, so that portion was wore off, and I easily could have looked on their website, but I did not. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. And these fragrances, they're just some that I had, I guess, kind of left over from previous batches. This is a 2-pound batch of soap, and there's 2.3 ounces of fragrance in here. 2-pound batch of oils. The oils were 2 pounds. 32 ounces of coconut oil. And I think I used like 1.5 ounces of Island Nectar. Island Escape, I think I had like 0.3 ounces, and then 0.2 or 0.3 ounces left of the Island Coconut. So I just threw those together and crossed my fingers that it worked, and it did. So right now I'm just waiting for it to thicken up a little bit, just so we can make sure all that salt is off the bottom of the container. I'm just gonna, I said I was done with the stick blender, but let's just do it one more time, just to be sure that everything is nice and neat and good to go before we start pouring. Okay. So far, I am very, very happy with how this soap is going. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a swirl. I'm going to pour the uncolored portion into my blue, swirl it around like that. Scrape everything out and then pour it into our individual molds. So I will now let these sit undisturbed until tomorrow, and then we will get them unmolded and take a look at what they look like. It's thickening them up. It's thickening up perfectly. And you can see we're now at the bottom, and it's not all salt. Everything has been mixed in properly. So it's proportioned well with how much salt and how much soap is left. And we will see you back tomorrow to take these out of the mold. Welcome back. We are here to unmold the Himalayan salt bars. So they just pop right out of the mold. Those are super cute. They smell great. And they come out so easy. So I'll go around the edges and just kind of clean up what kind of spilled over top of the loaf mold or the mold. But if these are something that you might be interested in, they will be available February 7th. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.